What's up, YouTube? What's goody? It's your boy Sammy, and I'm here with another YouTube video after how long? I don't know. Who cares? I'm back, and I'm here to stay. So today we're gonna do what is this? Get ready with me. I'm doing my hair. I had to do my hair. I'm twisting it. Only got one done, but while I'm talking, I'm gonna be twisting my hair in my robe, naked, usual. And yeah, so today I got a little inspiration from two of my favorite YouTubers, Amandabb and another person. I think his name is 20 Days of June. Don't quote me on that. I'll link them on the bottom. You can watch their videos. But we are going to be ranking Beyonce's albums. Now, Beyonce doesn't have a bad album. We all know this. If you don't know that, you're living under a rock. Beyonce does not have a bad album. Period. So, but I'm going to do my ranking a little different. I'm going to include Homecoming, I'm including Lion King, and I'm including Everything Is Love. Period. Because, to me, you gotta include those, in my opinion. Not everyone includes those. Everyone likes to do just the main six. Dangerously Love, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce, 4, Self-Titled, and Lemonade. But I want to shake up the table a little bit more, so I'm including 4 more albums. So I'm including I Am World Tour, I'm including Homecoming, I'm including The Carters, Everything Is Love, because that's a Beyonce album. And we're gonna do The Lion King, because basically that is the Beyonce album, just not a lot of Beyonce on it. So let's just get started. So I have my notes right here. I think we can all agree, worst Beyonce album. Everyone tends to agree with this one. I don't really have to say why. I will say my reasons why this album didn't resonate with me that much. But her worst album is period, I Am Sasha Fierce. Period. We all know that. We know that. That's a fact. Beyonce's worst album is I Am Sasha Fierce. But here's my reason why it's her worst album. Okay, and for all the people who are gonna be like, oh, I know, sidetrack. What are you using your hair and blah, blah, blah. I just put some oil. I put some, we in quarantine right now. I don't have no Cantu, so I had to use Cantu's little sister. I don't know what the fuck this is. And then I'm using Cantu pomade just to hold it. But I digressed. I Am Sasha Fierce is her worst album for me, because of the simple fact. When this album came out, it didn't, fit with me like B-Day and Dangerously Love did. When Dangerously Love came out, I loved that album. When B-Day came out, I blasted that album. When I Am Sasha Fierce came out, it was confusing. I was just like, okay, I don't get it. Okay, you're doing 2 albums. One is supposed to be more ballady. The other one's supposed to be more upbeat songs, the Sasha Fierce, and then there's supposed to be the Beyonce, the ballads and everything. But I didn't get it. What sold that album for me was, what we're going to talk about later, was the I Am World Tour. Because this is the first album where you have to watch Beyonce live to get where she was going with this album. The album itself didn't really do anything. Don't get me wrong, there's good songs on there. Let's talk about the songs. Timeless Bop Diva is on there. Timeless Bop Single Ladies is on there. Timeless Bop Radio. Timeless Bop Video Phone. I Am a Boy. And then, some people's Timeless Bop Halo. I personally think that's one of Beyonce's most annoying songs. That's one of the ones I skip on her live stuff. But other than that, it was just it was a good album. but I had to appreciate it later on after I saw the tour, after I saw everything that came with it. So that's Beyonce's worst album. But if we're gonna talk about videos, that's some of them videos are Beyonce's some of the most iconic videos, but we're not talking about videos. We're not talking about videos, we're talking about albums here. Okay? So boom, Beyonce's worst album, I Am Sasha Fierce. But we knew that. We knew that. I think even Beyonce knows that. Beyonce don't even barely perform songs from this album unless it's Diva. Once in a while she'll pull out Once in a while she'll pull out Single Ladies. Once in a while she'll pull out Halo, because she don't always do Halo. Once in a while, but other than that, the only song that really gets love from that album is Diva, and that's on period. Okay. So we got I Am out the way. The next one on this list, her second worst, well, the second, you know what I mean. Next on the list will be Dangerously in Love. Now, Dangerously in Love is an iconic album. We're not going to sit here and act like Dangerously in Love is not a good album. It's an amazing album. But I happen to think it's one of Beyonce's most basic albums. Yep, I said it. It's one of her most basic albums. This album is kind of the potential you can see. Like, it's great music, great, music, great videos, but, it was good for that time. It's not, other than, Crazy in Love. Of course, we have that iconic ass bop that, that's Beyonce's favorite song. If anyone is a real Beehive, that's Beyonce's, out of her whole catalog, that's her favorite song. But it's like, it's like a Beyonce album without... It felt like, because it was coming off the Destiny's Child eras and all that, it felt like a solo Destiny's Child album. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. A Beyonce Destiny's Child solo album. Most of those songs could have had Kelly or Michelle on them, or whoever. We're not going to talk about that. But I'm just ranting, bitch. But I think that it's one of her okay. It's not an album I run back to all the time. Of course, I like the songs like Me, Myself, and I. Y'all sleep on, what's the song? Hip Hop Star. Y'all sleep on that. And, a lot of people say that's one of her worst songs. I think when that album came out, childhood bop for me. Childhood bop. And we're not going to talk about that tour with that nasty ass bang. We're not talking about tours, because if we were talking about tours, that would be on the bottom of the totem pole, this thing. Because that wig needed to go. That's why Beyonce don't wear bangs no more, because of that tour. Because we're not talking about tours. We're not talking, I'm sorry, I keep having to, I'm talking so much, I had to retwist this twist like 3 times. Hold on. But, see, this is just ghetto. I'm doing this so ghetto-y. But yeah, that's her second worst album. Great album. Great visuals, because those visuals are amazing. Naughty Girl video was amazing. Baby Boy video was amazing. Crazy in Love, iconic video. I mean, come on. Everyone was doing the uh-oh when that came out. Me, Myself, and I video, both versions of the video were amazing, in my opinion. What other videos did she do from that album? Am I missing one? She should have done a video to Yes, but we're not going to talk about that. But, it's a basic Beyonce album. It's like, it's just the basic Beyonce. Basic Beyonce. So we're going to jump right into the next one. So these are the ones that I will be, because people only wanted to do 6. I'm doing everything. Next up is Lion King. Now, Lion King could have been higher on this list if there was more promotion. If she would have gave me more videos and more something to hold me, down. All she gave us was Spirit and Bigger, which is great, fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, whatever Beyonce gives me, I'm gonna eat, even if it, it's not a lot, but I'm eating. It was a great album. I love how the album flows. I love the different African artists. You know, I was listening to Tiwa Savage before this Beyonce thing. So it was a great album. It's just that the reason why it's so low on the list is because she didn't promote it. I think what would have helped this album a lot is if she would have did something. Granted, it's a soundtrack. We know that. It's part of the Lion King soundtrack. But I still wish it would have got at least a performance. She could have done something at the Oscars. She could have done something at the Grammys. You know, she could have done something to give this album a little push, something, other than the videos, other than that, Slade vocals. If we're gonna talk about bops, Nile, Mood Forever, Water, Find Your Way Back, both of the songs on there are bops. It's just that she didn't promote it well. Well, Beyonce doesn't really promote, but I wish I would have gotten the Lion King performance. Typical Beyonce performance, she would have brought some of the African artists that she worked with, the Tiwa Savage, some of the other Tierra Whack onto the stage and, really did something. So that's my problem with the album. But other than that, it's a solid, decent body of work. No complaints there. We can jump right into the next one because there's not a lot to talk about with The Lion King. Everything is, you see, I have to look up my notes. Everything is motherfucking love. Great collab album. Another one where, I have to include in. Everything is Love was a great album. She announced the tour, On the Run 2, that she went on tour, and a lot of people felt like this is just On the Run rehash. What's the point of this tour? Why are y'all on this tour? This is just On the Run Part 2. Just basically y'all doing the same things, mixed with a little Coachella. Just On the Run, Coachella mixed together. There you go. And honestly, that tour at first didn't make sense. But when she dropped Everything is Love, it made sense. It made sense. Now, great album. Another album that just needed, if it would be higher on the list if it was promoted properly. She gave us one video, no performances. And when I mean performances, because she did give us that one performance of Ape Shit, if I'm not mistaken, when she did that live stream and then she cut it off. Beyonce. You tried that. You could have gave us the whole On the Run experience. But we're not going to talk about that, But she gave us that one performance of Ape Shit on when she was in Africa. She did that live stream. And one video, that's it. I felt like a lot of those songs should have had videos. And one thing about this album, there was a film, not a film, it was like a trailer type thing they did called On the Run that Jay-Z and Beyonce did. It had like all these different actors and actresses. It was like a trailer. It looked like a trailer for a movie. And I felt like Everything is Love could have been that. Like, y'all could have really gave us a whole visual type shit. That would have been really fire. That would have been so fire if you would have took that little film that y'all did, whatever y'all want to call it, film, trailer, whatever the thing she did, where it was On the Run, it was her and Jay-Z, they were supposed to be Bonnie and Clyde, running all that, running away from the cops and all that. If they would have took that and implemented it into the album, Miss Thing, that album would have been legendary, number one. A legendary album. A legendary album if she would have done that. If she would have done that, that would have been, that album would have been at least top 5. At least top 5. If she would have done that. If she would have done that, yes. Don't argue with me, argue with your mother. Yes. If she would have done that, that album would have been 10 times better. 10 times better. 10 times better. If she would have gave us a visual aspect to it. Because Summer, bop. Nice, bop. Boss bop. All the songs are bops. And please ended it, and then she would have ended it with Love Happy, showing Blue Ivy and the Twins off. The Beehive would have lived. I would have lived. Everyone would have been happy if she would have. That's all that album was missing, was a visual aspect, more than Ape Shit. Ape Shit was cute, but I thought we was gonna get more visuals. Why am I fucking up my words? I thought we was gonna get more visuals of that album, and the fact that we only got Ape Shit, it was just like, okay, I wanted a little bit more, but the album as a whole is great. Like I said though, if it was promoted a little bit more, mind you, I've been talking for 15 minutes. Only did 3 twists. This is my third one. Well, 2 twists because I did one off camera, but I'm ranting right now, so who cares? But I digress. If that would have had a more visual aspect, and because Beyonce don't perform like that, so I'm not gonna even say performances like that. Okay, so, but if that would have had a more visual aspect to it, and then it would have gave us Bonnie and Clyde on the run, but then the love story behind, that would have been so fun. The love story behind Bonnie and Clyde. And then, they never got caught and they had a family, and that's it. Black goddesses and a black king. Period. Next. Okay, so we're getting into the nitty gritty. We're in top. Oh no, we're not top 5 yet. Hold on. So this is the one before top 5. Okay, I Am World Tour. Now, granted, I put the I Am album last. Granted, yes I did. Worst Beyonce album. Now the reason why this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 spaces up ahead is because this tour for a live album that came out, don't know the year, around the time I Am Sasha Fierce came out. Like I said, this album didn't make sense until you saw it on tour. When I saw I have had the I Am Sasha Fierce tour, and when you take that into consideration, into the album, I Am, and all that, it makes sense when you see the vision on stage. This is the first time Beyonce did it. It wasn't really about the album itself, because Beyonce is one of those artists where the album is just a foundation of a house. Think of it as that. The album is that Beyonce builds on top of the foundation with the performances, the interviews that she used to do, the performances, interviews, visuals, and all that. Beyonce with the I Am, this is the first time, because we knew Beyonce was a touring force on the Beyonce Experience. But that's not on, the reason why we're not talking about that, because that's not on iTunes. You can't listen to that on iTunes. But, I digress. But the reason why that the tour is a little bit better than, because it made Beyonce a touring force. This is the first time for me, my opinion, I saw Beyonce as a performer. Not saying she wasn't a performer before, because Beyonce has great performances before I Am. Both BET performances. Well, I think she did more BET performances. Well, whatever. Do your research. The performances that came before I Am were great, but this made her a touring force. Because the Beyonce Experience was great, but I think that the I Am World Tour is better. My opinion. This is my opinion. Mine. Sammy Zalon Sky Mercury's opinion. I think that this album, that tour made her a touring force. It turned Beyonce into this out of all her tours, her old tours, before I Am, like, the Beyonce Experience, what was her first tour called? The Dangerously in Love tour, whatever that one was called. Those two were great, but this made her this is like baby Beyonce becoming a touring force that she is now. You can't have Formation World Tour Beyonce without having I Am Sasha Fierce tour. Because that's like, think of it as Formation World Tour just scaled back down and no money. That's what I Am World Tour is. Very different. I might sound like I'm rambling. I don't give a fuck. This is how I talk to my friends. So that's why, like I said, it's on iTunes. Whatever's is on iTunes, that's what I'm ranking. Now, but we're not going to get too much into the world tour. We're about to get into the top five. Top five. Now, these top five, my opinions, you can feel differently. The two YouTubers who I watched, Amandabb, 20 Days of June, they have different opinions. This next album I'm about to talk about was 20 Days of June's #1 album. This one is my #5 album, which is B-Day. 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 Amazing album. Front to back bops. Now, see, Amanda made a good point where the deluxe is a little bit better because of the simple fact that, you know, it gives you a little bit of cool down. Not cool down as a bad song, or cool down as in, let me slow your heart rate down, bitch, because B-Day was nothing but bop. She gave you bop after bop after bop after bop after bop, and most of every song off that album was played on the radio. Mostly every song from that album, if you take away some of the deluxe songs, because even some of the deluxe songs were played on the radio. So if you take away some of those songs, period. This album is nothing just full of bops. Even the deluxe songs. Beautiful Liar. Y'all sleep on Welcome to Hollywood. Welcome to Hollywood, Jay-Z version and Beyonce versions are good songs. Stop sleeping on that. Stop sleeping on that. Stop sleeping on that. Okay? Stop it. But overall, the album is great. Now, the reason why it's so low for me on this list, because it's just a baby version of Self-Titled. This is what Self-Titled should have been. That's basically what this is. What Self-Titled should have been. Wait, what? B-Day is what? Yeah, it's basically, it's the same thing. It's just one side of the coin is B-Day. Then you get the more mature B-Day, which is Beyonce. Same concept, same everything, more money, more everything. That's all it was. That's all it is. Self-Titled is just a better version of B-Day. That's just me being honest. That's just me being honest. Okay? But B-Day, nothing but bops, has the best Jay-Z and Beyonce and Jay-Z collab, Deja Vu. Ring the Alarm, hello, that still slaps. Even when she performs it, still slaps. Kitty Cat, underrated bop. I mean, that should have had a whole full video, but we're not going to talk about that, Beyonce. That should have had a whole full video. I don't know why you did that. Green Light, bop. Sugar Mama, bop. Do I need to say more? Beautiful Liar, bop. Worldwide Woman, bop. I'm just naming songs on top of my head, and most of them are good. No, the whole album is good. What am I talking about? Well, was there a bad song on this album? Resentment was alright. She kind of redeemed Resentment when she did On the Run. But, not a bad song. Not a bad song. Some of the deluxe songs could have been skimmed. Could have been skimmed, yeah. Some of the ballads could have been skimmed. We're not going to talk about them. And people who give flaws and all hate, why? One of Beyonce's best ballads. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not talking about songs. We're talking about albums. In my opinion, albums. Next, 4. Oh yes, a lot of people think this is Beyonce's best album. I don't. Great album. I mean, like I said, Beyonce doesn't have a bad project. But Come on. Here's the thing about me. I'm a music person. I like to dance. That's why I love Janet. That's why, I need to do a Janet ranking. Or we need to do a Janet ranking. Yes, we digressed. But this album, because see, Beyonce did something to make me like the album a little bit more. The first issue of this album, I felt like I get it. Because, I mean, I Care was a bop. I Miss You was a bop. Of course, Run the World and Party and all these other songs. They're bops, but I don't know. When I was younger, I felt like I can appreciate the album now more, knowing that I was who I am now. But when I was younger, I wanted more, honestly. This kind of gave me, this is like Dangerously in Love's older sister. It's just like how Dangerously in Love was, it gave you, don't get me wrong, has dance bops on it, Naughty Girl and all that, but of course it was a R&B album. So 4 was just, it was like that, has dance bops on it. You know, you have your Love on Top, you have your Party, you have your Run the World, but it was missing. I just still wanted a little bit more. You know, you coming off B-Day, you coming off I Am Sasha Fierce, and you're this dancing diva, Miss Thing. And then you give me 4, which is full of ballads, which is nothing wrong with ballads. It's just that I just wanted a little bit more. This is off the original issue. What I like what she did with the deluxe is she changed the whole track listing around. So I think the original started off with 1+1, and then went to I Care, then it went to I Miss You. I think she did a reissue, and she started it off with Love on Top. And that one was better. If she would have released that first, I think it would have been received a little bit better. It would have been received definitely a lot better, in my opinion. But other than that, I think it's a great album. But I remember when it first came out, thinking like it's just too many back-to-back-to-back ballads. Back-to-back-to-back ballads. And it's just like, don't get me wrong, I love that, but it's just like, I wanted to dance a little bit more. Because when you think about Beyonce, like I said, I'm speaking from my younger, now I can appreciate the album a little bit more because I get it. I get where she was coming from. And then she was pregnant. You know, you can't do all that, even though Roseland, she gave me what the fuck she needed to give me, but I remember just feeling like I just wanted a little bit more. And I still feel like that a little with this album. I just wanted to dance a little bit more. I just wanted to dance a little bit more. Just a tiny, if she would have gave me like 2 more dance bops, it would have been probably top 3. But in my opinion, 4 is number 4. That's its spot. But let's get into the next one. I barely twist my hair, bitch. I barely twisted it. I don't know why I'm sitting here like, I'm gonna twist my hair on camera. Barely even touched it. Because I've been ranting on for 30 minutes. But that's fine. Next is the last one off this list. Homecoming, what a cultural reset. Beyonce had 3 cultural resets back to back to back. Was Self-Titled, Lemonade, and then Homecoming. No shade. 3 cultural resets back to back to back. Homecoming is that girl. Homecoming is everything you want in a Beyonce performance. She took everything over the years of what you love about Beyonce and put it in her live show. Everything from her tours, from the Formation to the Revel to Roseland to everything that you knew about Beyonce live. She took all of that, added black excellence into it, black empowerment, and just put it all in this one performance. You cannot tell me Homecoming is horrible. You cannot tell me Homecoming is horrible. You cannot tell me that. You can't. You cannot tell me, oh, Homecoming wasn't all that. Beyonce's over. I hate people who say Beyonce's overrated. How is she overrated? I should give you my list of most overrated artists, because I can definitely give you that, but we're not doing that. But Homecoming was amazing. Homecoming, all the work, the hard work, especially after having twins, the hard work. But the reason why it didn't get higher on my list is because simply we heard all these songs already. Not saying that's a bad thing, because Beyonce has a talented gift of making old songs sound brand new again. Because wow, Deja Vu on the album on Homecoming shits on Deja Vu on the album. Period. And she didn't even do the whole song. But I'm sorry, Homecoming, Deja Vu shits on album version Deja Vu. And that's my favorite Beyonce song. Period. I'm sorry. Homecoming is that girl. But like I said, we heard other than the songs that she re-released, but we heard those two. Before I Let Go, which is the cover, even though she added her own little spin, and it was a big dance craze. And then I've Been On, we've been heard that. We heard that when Flawless was it Flawless? No, Bow Down got leaked, and that was I've Been On came on after that. So we heard those ones. She just decided to give us a studio version of I've Been On, and then she gave us a studio version. Did she give us a studio version of something else? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know. Talk about hang time. But anyway, that's why Homecoming is number 3, because we heard these songs already. It's not like she decided to premiere something new, which would be legendary. I think that if Beyonce should do that, premiere an album on tour, just start performing new songs, and let us gag. Like, oh bitch, Beyonce's performing a new song. Oh, okay. But now it's time to get to the nitty gritty. Now these two were hard. These next two albums, which is obviously self-titled and Lemonade, was really hard to figure out which one was going to be my number one, because these change all the time, in my opinion. These two change but I think I'm happy with the choice I made. When I posted this on Amanda's page, because I have a comment of my list there, and I had to really think about that one for me, of why. I had to really think about this one. But number 2 on this list has to go to self-titled Beyoncé. I remember the day this album came out. And how much impact it had. Now, someone said, oh, someone did this before, but it never had this much impact. It never had that much impact, mind you. Like I said I'm going to sit here and twist my hair on camera, and I'm only on my 4th twist, so hold on. But self-titled was a cultural reset. Beyonce took everything. Beyonce made B-Day, but made it better. That's exactly what she did. She took B-Day and she made it better. She made B-Day better, in my opinion. She made B-Day a better album. Made B-Day's better sister. Yes, she did. This album was amazing top to bottom. Now, the reason why this didn't get number 1 is I kind of wanted... I felt like the videos could have came... Because the album itself holds up. Holds up very well. I don't care what no one says. A lot of people say, oh, the first half is not as great as the second. No, the whole album is a bop. And you're just hating. I felt like with this album, I kind of wanted... I think it would have been better if she would have just dropped the album and then every week or every month then drop the videos for it, or do something like that. Dropping the videos and the songs, because I also felt like this with Lemonade too, but dropping everything at once kind of just damn, because then it's like, We got everything. We got the songs. We got the videos. Now it's done. Like, what? Even though you can watch, because I watch these videos back to 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 back. But it was just like, I wish I got a little, even though she gave us more later on down the line, I just wish it was just more. I just wanted a little bit more. I wanted, like, she gave us everything, and it was just like, once she was done with your meal, it was just like, damn, that was it. I can't get this back. I watched everything already. I heard everything already. Even though she was on tour, the Miss Carter World Tour, she implemented the songs in this tour. It was just like, it still wasn't, I wanted more. I wanted more. I'm not going to hold you. In 2013, I just wanted, even though she gave us the performances and she did that, I just felt like, damn, B, you dropped all these videos at once. You could have held those back a little bit and just, keep them tucked away. Even though a lot of people didn't see the videos at that time, but it was just like, for the people who bought the album, I was just like, I want a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more. I did. I wanted a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more. I did. I really did. It was very hard for me to sit with this album a little bit. Because after you was done with the videos and everything, you had nothing else. It was just like Beyonce released everything. You know she's not going to release everything else this era. Or nothing that's going to be substantial. Even though she did, she gave us 7-Eleven later on. She gave us the Beyonce More edition, which came with like, what? The Blow remix, Standing on the Sun, 7-Eleven, Ring Off. And then I think it came with the performances of some of the songs on the Miss Carter World Tour. But it was just like, oh, I wanted somebody. I would have handled that era a little bit. I would have dropped the album. Y'all would have never got all them videos, though. Y'all would have never got all them videos, though. There's no shade. Y'all would have never got all them videos from me. Mm-mm. On the More edition, that's when I would have dropped all the music videos. If you wanted them, I would have kept like 2 for myself. And then drop the More edition, and then there you go. You got all the music videos, there you go. That's how I would have done it. But we got what we got. Iconic album. She dropped everything at once, and she had every right to. She had every right to. See, I'm contradicting myself a little, but I don't care. It's Beyonce. She's clean. I can contradict myself. I can do that. And now we're about to get into my hands-down favorite Beyonce album, Lemonade. Period. You cannot tell me nothing. You cannot debate. Don't debate me. Don't debate me. Debate someone else. I'm sorry. Lemonade is her best album. Lemonade is her best era. Lemonade is the best, period. Everything about Lemonade is amazing. Y'all can sit here and say, well, it is true. You do need the visual to help with the album. But once you got the visual and understand the visual, you totally got the album. Because a lot of people did the album wrong. I feel like if you're going to get a visual album, you watch the visual first. I watched the visual first before I listened to the actual album. But once you got it, you got it. You definitely got it. You definitely got it. You got it. Everything about this album was amazing. And this is around the time where a lot of black artists were just releasing a lot of great music. And this is the pinnacle of Beyonce. First of all, Formation is Beyonce's best song. Well, I said Deja Vu, but Deja Vu is Beyonce's best song with Jay-Z out of all of them. But Formation is Beyonce's best song. Let's not talk about Don't Hurt Yourself. Another one of Beyonce's best songs. Love Drought, one of Beyonce's best songs. Freedom, another one of Beyonce's best songs. All Night, one of Beyonce's best songs. Hold Up, one of Beyonce's best songs. Sorry, 6 Inch. This whole album was good. You cannot tell me otherwise. From front to back, with or without the visual, this album was good. It was good. Period. It was good. I don't care what y'all say. This album was amazing, front to back, with or without the visual. Of course, watch it with the visual first. For the people who, which I don't believe there's people out there, but they are, who haven't seen Lemonade, watch. If you're gonna listen to the album, watch the visual first, because then you're not gonna understand the album without the visual, which I get. I get why for some people this wouldn't be on your favorite Beyonce album. I get that, because it heavily relies on the visual. You heavily need the film. You do need the film. You do need the film to understand this album. But once you watch the film and you get it and it clicks, you're good. You're good. This you'll totally get the album. You'll totally get the album. You'll totally get the album. And this is why this is Beyonce's best album, best era, best everything. Best everything. Best everything. If I was ranking tours, this tour would be number one. Formation World Tour would be number one. Number one. If I had to rank eras, this would be number one. Era, Beyonce eras, this would be number one too. This would be number one too. I'm sorry. This is what, when it comes to everything. And the funny thing is, this Lemonade era lasts until recently. It's still going on. Lemonade is still going on. She dropped 2 albums, the Everything Is Love and The Lion King, but the Lemonade era was still going on 2019, 2020. Because Homecoming, to me, Coachella to me was part of the Lemonade experience. Coachella to me was part of the Lemonade experience. Homecoming is still technically kind of tied into Lemonade in some way. You cannot have those things without Lemonade. You can't. Everything she told you a story about love. Then she gave you a visual and you felt everything that she felt. I've never been in love. I'm not going to sit here and say I've been in love. I've never been in love, but I understood especially as a black woman, what she was going through. Granted, we don't know. Well, we do know, but allegedly, Jay-Z cheated. I'm not going to sit here and say that he did, because honestly, I'm not part of their lives. I know what Beyonce gives me. I know what Jay gives me, and that's it. But just as I think any black person can relate in some way into Lemonade. If it's from you getting cheated on, or just having some type of father issues in your life, or just being a black person. Period. I just feel like as a black person, and there's so many ways you can relate with Lemonade. It's so relatable. As a man, as a female, as anything you can relate with Lemonade with. Damn, I've been talking for 43 minutes. You can relate to Lemonade in so many ways. It's her most relatable album, in my opinion. Because you can relate, there's so many things you can relate to. As a man and as a woman. She did that. And then if we're going to talk about everything all together, come on. The VMA performance, 15 minutes. I'm sorry, Rihanna. I'm sorry she stole your shine that night. I'm sorry that she did that. That was one of the most iconic VMAs. I'm sorry to digress, but that was one of the most iconic VMAs. Ariana Grande was side to side. Kanye West premiered the Fade video. Rihanna gave us 4 performances. And then Beyonce on top of that. Beyonce with a Lemonade. Okay, next. Love Drought, when she was pregnant with the twins. Let's talk about them holograms. On the stage. No one has done holograms better than Beyonce. Not even a Tupac one. Not this bum-ass Whitney bitch. Not that bum-ass Whitney. Not Whitney Houston. Oh no. Whitney Houston legend. That bum-ass hologram, that Whitney bitch. I don't know who the fuck that is. That bum-ass hologram of Whitney. No, I'm sorry. Trash. Who else did a hologram? Yeah, those are the main 2 who did holograms. That bum-ass Michael Jackson one, even though the performance was cute, I'm sorry, no one has done a hologram on stage better than Beyonce. I'm about to just call this video Everything I Love About Beyonce, because it's like I said, there's nothing bad Beyonce has done. Beyonce hasn't done nothing bad except for that one time she wore that wig. For that one time she wore that wig with that big. That's the only thing Beyonce has ever did bad. That's the one thing Beyonce's ever did bad. That's the one, is wear that wig. She tried it wearing that wig. She knew what, girl, who told you to walk out with that wig? Who told you? Because I can name, even with her worst album, Sasha Fierce, I can name you 10 things I love about that album. I can name you 10 things I love about that era. I can name you 10 things I love about that tour. Period. Period. Period, poo. Period. I can name 10 things I love about Dangerously in Love. Second worst, but I can still name 10 things. I could tell you shit that happened during that era. So, like I said, Beyonce has done nothing bad. She's actually gotten better and better. And even if, for example, because I Am is her third album, it was still great in some type of way. It still pushed boundaries in some type of ways. And Amandabb and 20 Days of June have both said this, and I bet other people could say this. Beyonce's worst album still is better than most of your faves. It's better than most of your faves. It's better than my fave. And my fave is Lady Gaga. I'm sorry. Beyonce's still better. Worst album. I Am Sasha Fierce is still 10 times better than most of those albums that came out that year. And that's that on that. And that's that on that. So, Lemonade was just everything. Everything. The tour. The Formation World Tour. No, I'm sorry. Best tour. Best tour. In my opinion, my two favorite tours of all time is Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope and then Beyonce's Formation. Period. 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 Both done by black females. Janet Jackson for her own reason, but Formation World Tour was something, another level. Another motherfucking level. Another motherfucking level. To have a screen 6 stories high, visuals, better than the actual Lemonade visuals, on top of the screen. Can we not talk about, let's talk about the Mine interlude before she performs Mine, where her hand is like this, and then it opens up, and then the screen opens up. Shit's on your faves tour. Shit's on your faves tour. Period. First part that gags me, just the screen itself, where she performed 6-inch. Oh my god. Then to have Beyonce, where she performed in fucking Partition, sitting on fucking top of herself. Beyonce. 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 Bitch, you... Don't debate me, debate your mother. I'm sorry. Everything good that came out... Who the fuck is this? Oh, never mind. Everything that came great out of that Beyonce... Everything that Beyonce touched in Lemonade was amazing. But performances... Let's start off with... It started off at the Super Bowl, her second Super Bowl performance, bitch. Not everyone can say they have 2 Super Bowl performances. Not everyone can say that. Not everyone can say that. Only she can. And she stole it away from Coldplay. Sorry, Coldplay. Sorry, Bruno. She did that. She did that. Then the film came out. Some are already gagging. Then she's performances after performances. The title show with 6-inch. Then she fucking pregnant on the Grammys. Then after she had the twins. Still doing shit. Still promoting Lemonade like it came out yesterday. I'm sorry, because Homecoming still ties into Lemonade. Homecoming was the best way to end Lemonade. Mind you, Lemonade came out fucking 4 years ago. And it just closed. The Lemonade era just closed. Like, come on. You're not gonna sit here and tell me, I need a fucking haircut. Quarantine, fuck you. Coronavirus, fuck you, bitch. But Beyonce, you did that. You did Lemonade. Lemonade is just that girl. Lemonade is just that girl. Don't debate me, debate your mothers. And that's that on that. And that's all I have to say. Like I said, I might name this video why Beyonce is the best. Because, like I said, there's nothing bad Beyonce has done. Nothing. Her worst album still is better than my fave, your fave, her faves, his faves, the aliens' faves. There's a reason why this bitch gets compared to Michael. There's a reason why. There's a reason why this bitch gets compared to Michael. And anyone who disagrees, sorry. I'm not changing that. There's a reason why I compare her to Michael Jackson, not taking away from Michael Jackson's legacy, because Michael Jackson will always be, for right now, the king of pop, because no other male has touched what he has done. No other man has done what he has done. No other man has even stepped foot to what he has done. Except for Beyonce. Period. Except for Beyonce. Beyonce. That's it. She's the greatest of our generation, greatest performer of all time. And you can debate your mothers. You can sit here and say, oh no, it's Chris. No, it's not. It's not Chris Brown. Yeah. Y'all need to stop saying that. It's not Chris Brown. I will give this man, because I'm not a Chris Brown fan, I will give him his flowers for what he has done for R&B music. I will do that. He's the R. Kelly of our generation. I'll give him that. And don't take that in how are you going to compare Chris Brown to R. Kelly? No, because R. Kelly, even though he did what he did, before I cut his music out of my diet, Miss Thing, you cannot tell me Chris Brown is not the next R. Kelly. R. Kelly made nothing but R&B bops, the same way Chris Brown makes nothing but R&B bops. He could have that crown. He could surely take that crown off of R. Kelly's head. Yes, the fuck he can, but you're not taking it off Michael. I'm sorry. Michael, I'm sorry, that's being transferred to Beyonce. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You could take the crown off R. Kelly, Chris Brown. Have that crown. King of R&B. Chris Brown, have it. It's yours. It's yours. I'm not the biggest fan of Chris Brown, but let him have it. Let him have that crown. Let him have that crown. Let him have that crown. King of R&B. Period. Chris Brown. Running the game for 15 plus years. Let him have that crown. But to say he's better than Michael Jackson? Nah. Nope. Only one who compares is Beyonce. Period. 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 Y'all can sit here and don't debate me. Don't debate me. Beyonce. Period. I'm sorry. Beyonce has changed the game 3 times now. Back to back to back. And I'm just talking about self-titled Lemonade Homecoming. Back to back to back. We're not talking about B-Day. We're not talking about I Am. Because they have cultural impacts in here too. Each album has some type of cultural impact. Whether it's her touring, whether it's how she sings, or how... Let him have that title. You can take that crown off of R. Kelly. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. R. Kelly doesn't deserve that title. King of R&B, no he doesn't. No he doesn't. R. Kelly, you can have, Chris Brown, you can have that crown. Have it. Michael Jackson of our time, Beyonce. Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. Please. Why would you try me? Why would you bother? I am Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, Miss Thing. Have it. Have it, Chris Brown. Take the R&B crown. The pop, everything else, Beyonce runs this shit. You could sit here and say the sales don't match, everything. I'm telling you now, if Lemonade was released on Spotify, when it dropped, it would have sold 10 times more than what it does now. It's crazy how Lemonade was like number 9, and it came out, last year? On Spotify, it was like number 9 best-selling albums of 2019. It was like number 9. Now imagine if it would have came out a week after, even a week after this album dropped. A week after. Imagine a week after Lemonade dropped, you had to buy it, and now imagine a week later she would have put it on Spotify. Imagine she would have broke nothing but streaming records. It would have been the best streamed album of all time. I'm telling you this. Don't debate me. Don't debate me. Don't debate me. I feel very strongly in this. I feel super strong about this. I do. I do. I do. And that's that on that. That's the video. Beyonce's queen. Period. Subscribe. I'm gonna put my socials all down here. So if you want to debate me, hit me up on Twitter and we can debate. We can debate. I love debating. I'm not gonna sit here and don't bash me now. Oh, we're not doing the bashing. Don't bash me, Miss Thing. Don't bash me. But we can have a cute debate. You want to tell me why Chris Brown deserves Michael Jackson's crown? You can tell me. I'm still not gonna agree with you. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. Like I said, he could have the crown R. Kelly chose to give up himself. I'm sorry. R. Kelly, throw him under the jail for pissing on my babies. Only real people will know that. Where that came from. Shout out Parodies. Throw the whole jail at that motherfucker for pissing on my babies. Chris Brown, you could take that crown. Go right ahead. Go ahead. You've been running this game for 15 plus years. Take the crown. Have it. It's yours. Next, Michael Jackson, though. That's Beyonce. Beyonce has filled out the application for legend status. She won it. Miss Thing. Beyonce is not the only person who can compare to Beyonce or who's fucking in the race with Beyonce is Beyonce. Period. Ain't no other bitch can compare. Not even my fave. My fave is Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga. No one can compare. And that's that. That's the video. Subscribe. And we'll be doing another video soon whenever I do it. I'm not going to give you a date because I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, I'm going to give you a date. I'm not giving you a date. Whenever I post, bitch. All right? That's that. See y'all later. Bye.